What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. Welcome back to another Batman Arkham video. In this video, I do want to talk about New York Comic Con and discuss if this will be when we get the announcement. Now, there's a lot to unpack here. I'm going to be going over things. First, I just want to start things off, how I normally do it, with updates. A couple of things. One, the Discord server is not up yet. Saturday's video, which we will be having a video Saturday, it should be up and running, and I'll be talking all about it there or relatively soon. And also, for this title, I know we're going to get a lot of people saying clickbait or like false hope or false hype or whatever. Again, just like I say to those people, as many people as I possibly can in the comments, I believe everything that I'm saying to you guys. I'm not just making things up. I don't have any insider sources as well. So these are just my general opinions. And again, it's just what I think. You don't have to agree. But I do believe everything I say to you guys. So it's not I'm not, trying to build up anything falsely. So New York Comic Con, obviously, this is a big deal, and it starts today from when you guys are seeing this video, October 3rd to October 6th. And also we have the Joker film coming out. Technically, people have already started to see it as early as Tuesday night. I don't know how. Maybe it's just shown some places a couple days earlier, but for most places, it'll be tonight, and then obviously tomorrow is the first full day that people can see the movie. So this weekend is, in fact, big for those kind of things that we could get an announcement. Now, here's the deal. I've seen a lot of people say Kevin Conroy is, in fact, going to New York Comic Con. He's not on, the guest thing. He's not going to have his own panel. He's not part of a panel. You can't take you could take pictures if you just run into him, but he's just going as a person. That means nothing, especially because Kevin Conroy isn't the voice of Batman in the Arkham Origins in Warner Bros. Montreal's world. And I truly believe he is not the voice of Batman for whatever game. Even if you want to say, okay, well, they're not making an Arkham game. I've seen a lot of people say that, and maybe we can discuss that in the next video, because I have seen that definitely start to pick up more and more. I think it is, but, again, it's just a difference of opinions. Whether or not it is an Arkham game or it's just a Batman game, Batman Beyond, Batman whatever, I don't think it's Kevin Conroy. So I don't think him going means honestly anything. I truly don't. I don't want to, deflate you guys here, but here's the honest truth. Where I'm standing right now, I don't, and I've been wrong. I've called when I think that this game is going to get announced. So maybe because I'm going to be wrong here, or because I'm doing the opposite, maybe the reverse will happen. All these past weeks I've been saying maybe it'll show up here, and then it doesn't. So maybe if I say that it's not going to show up here, then it will. So, we could use reverse psychology. I truly, completely honestly to you guys, I do not believe it's going to be at New York Comic Con. I don't, and here's the deal. You could argue, and you could say, well, obviously it's not going to be there, but they could be using New York Comic Con as the stage to announce it. Okay, I personally believe it's not going to be at New York Comic Con. Nobody secretly from Warner Bros. Montreal flew to New York and they're going to have a thing there. I don't think that's going to happen. Could they use this weekend? Could they use Friday as okay, kicking off Comic Con, kicking off the Joker movie? We're going to announce it. Yeah, they could. In my personal opinion, I feel like it would just be, and this is what I have been saying this for a while, it would just be because they feel like it. It would just be because it's a Friday, because it's a big news day. That's the reason why they would announce it. It wouldn't be to coincide with the Joker's release. It really wouldn't. It's got nothing to do. Look at what that movie's trying to do. It's got nothing to do with. Yeah, you could say, well, Joker. If we announce the game, the movie's already on people's minds, and then obviously we have the Joker in the game, but. From that standpoint, what I'm expecting to see, I know some people have said maybe they're going to show us a CG trailer whenever they announce it. And, we've talked about that, right? We talked about, what circumstances, what exactly we would be shown. I don't think, no matter what we're shown, bold prediction is I don't think Joker is going to be in that. Is he going to be in the game? Yes. But will he be in that first wave of information we get from the game? Maybe he'll be in written words like he is in the universe, like he is going to be a side villain. But in the trailer, whether it's real gameplay, whether it's CG, whether it's just the title, I don't think the Joker would be in it anyway. So to line it up with the Joker movie, it doesn't exactly work out. To line it up with New York Comic Con, yeah, it's cool, but they have nobody from it going. Roger Craig Smith isn't going, Troy Baker's not going if he's the voice of the Joker. We don't know who the voices of the Court of Owls or League of Assassins, whoever they want to put in there. None of them are going to New York. So you announce it, And if you announce it because of New York Comic Con, well, like, are you gonna be there? Are you gonna show something? Are you gonna talk to people? Do you have any of the directors? Do you have any of the voice cast there, like, to kind of ramp it up even further? No, you don't. So why would you announce it for that? So for the reason of the Joker movie and for the reason of Comic Con, I don't think it'll be announced. Is it possible? I mean, again, is it possible it gets announced tomorrow? Yeah, it is. Is it possible it gets announced on the weekend just because? Or Monday just because? Yeah, absolutely it is. I think a lot of people are building up Comic-Con. And I'll say, again, I don't think it's going to be there. Now, maybe me saying that just now, I've now, reverse jinxed it, that now it's going to be there. So you guys can thank me when it actually gets announced. But is it possible it gets announced tomorrow? Absolutely. I just don't think it's going to be under the shadow of something else. I think with State of Play, I'm not going to get I mean, I'll say this now. Maybe it'll happen again in the future because I'm naive. I'm not going to get fooled with something like that again. Okay, especially State of Play. We now know even with The Last of Us, I thought this State of Play was going to be something pretty darn big. It really wasn't. It was just The Last of Us. So I'm not going to get fooled with something being at State of Play that's not a third-party game that's going to come out within a month or a Sony exclusive. If it's not that, then it's not going to be there. So, but it really, I think it taught me a lesson. I think it honestly should have taught a lot of people a lesson with I think we're past the point of them relying on things to announce it. Now, here's the catch, though. Here's ultimately what I believe is the catch. The longer this goes, we've talked about how there's been nothing, literally nothing. There's been no teases. They've completely dropped off the face of the map. I mean, the website needs to come back up. And would it be as simple as the day the website comes up, the game gets announced? Yes, and I've seen people say that. At the same time, I truly think it's the reverse. I think you announce the game, and then when people go to the website, or once the announcement's over, there's a press release from Warner Bros. Montreal and from Warner Bros. Saying, this is the game, this is the title, here's the trailer, and then the website comes back. You could argue one happens before the other. I truly think the announcement happens before the website comes out, but that could honestly just be what we're waiting for. Maybe in a couple days we get a countdown. I'd love a countdown timer. I've said that in past videos. Maybe we just get a countdown timer that says this is when the website will come back, or this is when an announcement will be. But the longer we drag this on, I just said I don't think they're going to rely on anniversaries or conventions or things, but do they wait till Arkham Origins anniversary? Now, I mean, that sounds pretty hypocritical to say. I don't think they're going to do it, but it could happen. But to be honest, I think if there is any anniversary, if there's anything that it could be possible, and maybe not even the announcement. Maybe, hopefully, we already get the announcement by then, and then on the anniversary date, we get something else. I don't know. Well, here's the deal. Here's what it ultimately comes down to. Do they need it? Do they need to do it on the anniversary date? Or, should they rely on the anniversary date to carry it? Absolutely not. But if the anniversary date comes and goes, which I believe is October 25th, which is a Friday, if that day comes and goes and there is no announcement, people are going to flip. They're absolutely going to flip because it's like you waste. I mean, I think the Arkham Asylum 10-year anniversary was the perfect time, and they let that slip away. If their own game, 7, 8, or however long it's been, 6 years, 7 years since Arkham Origins, if they wait and it goes by that, the longer this goes, again, the more confused and the more irritated I'm going to be that they are really dropping the ball. They really don't know what they're doing in terms of announcing. I mean, you could argue they don't know what they're doing in general, but I'm talking about in terms of announcing their game. They are really behind the 8 ball. They've done some good things with building up hype, building up anticipation, and they just let it completely fall. And it's really not how you do things. This is truly, this is the last week, and we're only a week and 2 days removed from State of Play. I would believe that was the all-time high. The hype and everybody talking about this game was at an all-time high, 9 days ago. But every passing day, it becomes less and less. And yes, this weekend with Comic-Con, with the Joker movie, it does provide, people with that last thing where it's like, okay, it better be there. If it's not there and we go into next week, there's really nothing to grasp at. It's like, well, they could just announce it any day, but I think the masses don't see it like that. I think that is what's ultimately probably going to happen. It's just going to be some random day, but I think people are going to be grasping, being like, well, There's nothing this week. There's nothing next week that like lines up with something really nice, right? Like a nicely, a nice knot on a package. There's nothing there that you could announce the game with. Now, 3 weeks there will be because of Arkham Origins. But again, the website, all these teases, I truly don't believe they can wait that long, and yet here we are where they're continuing to wait too long. So it's all very, very confusing. Again, my honest answer is if you're going to New York Comic Con, you're like, I may see the Batman game. I 100% don't think so. I don't think it's going to get announced there. Could it be announced Friday during the day to coincide with it? And again, just kind of like it would just naturally happen. They didn't plan it that way. Maybe they wanted to do it earlier, but something went wrong, and they just announce it. Nothing is going to be happening at Comic-Con. It's not because of the Joker movie. Could that happen? Yes, it could. But again, I don't want to build up false. I know people are already going to say, like, you're making another video predicting it. I mean, I'm really not. I'm kind of just going over all of the facts and all of the things that I'm seeing out there. You guys can choose to believe me. You guys can choose to not believe me. It's totally cool. So here's the deal. The next couple videos, I want to talk about some other things. I do want to talk about if it's even an Arkham game. And I want to, once we get past Comic-Con, we'll go over if it was there or if it wasn't there. I mean, I guess in terms of that specific video, it would be that it's not there. But I'm going to start putting in some different kinds of Arkham videos in between kind of news updates. I do want to rank the games. I think that's going to happen first. It'll probably happen in the middle of next week, but I'm still going to have like those updates, the news stories, and then I'll have predictions of when it could get announced, and then I'll also throw in some different videos in between. Again, once the game gets announced, or once if it really starts picking up where every day we get a teaser or we get a countdown, the style of videos will change, and we'll have tons of videos talking about the game. Okay, so suggestions always welcome. Like I've always said, we will be getting to all of them. I know a lot of people do want to see me rank the games, and so that will happen eventually. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed, hit that bell icon, make sure you guys are liking these videos. You guys have been doing an awesome job with all of that stuff over the past more than month, 2 months, 3 months. You guys have rocked it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.